Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with, Gianandrea Noseda has been recording Tchaikovsky symphonies with the LSO to be released on its own label. He's done 4, 5, and 6 so far, with actually pretty good couplings, some of them, and we're going to be covering them individually. I'm beginning with number 5, which is really well coupled. Let's talk about the coupling first before we talk about the symphony, because the symphony is a bow wow of a performance. Woof, woof. But the coupling is lovely. It's the suite from Rimsky-Korsakov's opera, The Legend of the Invisible City of Kitezh and the Maiden Fevronia. Isn't her name Fevronia? Yeah, it's Fevronia. What a gorgeous opera it is. Glorious score. It's kind of like the Die Frau ohne Schatten among Rimsky-Korsakov operas, because it's big, it's ambitious, it's long, it's full of glorious music, and nobody pays any attention to it. And the suite is lovely. As usual with Rimsky-Korsakov, it has timing issues. I mean, it tends to go on a bit, but it goes on a bit in such a lovely way. It's also like Die Frau ohne Schatten, by the way. Really, really terrific stuff. And the performance is beautiful, crisp and clear and fresh and enjoyable to listen to, which makes it all the more amazing that the symphony is just bad. Oh, my God. I mean, this label is called LSO Live. Well, here it's LSO Dead. I can't imagine a more lackluster Tchaikovsky Fifth. It's astounding, and it gets worse as it goes. The first movement, okay, it's the first movement. You recognize the tunes. It does what it's sort of supposed to do. It doesn't do it with any particular excitement or enthusiasm. The sonics from the Barbican Hall are, as usual, somewhat dry and lackluster. And the slow movement, oh, where's the passion? I mean, the horn solo is nicely done and all that, but when you get to that big tune, yeah, da, 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 I mean, you could really milk it. And Noseda doesn't. He's one of those, he's not going to be tasteless. He doesn't want to be too sweaty. Well, the fact is, you can't be too sweaty there. You just go for it, for heaven's sake. And well, they don't. All right. So the slow the little waltzy thing, that little intermezzo, third movement is just a snooze. But the finale, this is a problematic finale. I mean, it used to get cut. Remember that? Tchaikovsky hated it. I mean, of course, he hated everything he wrote, but he particularly hated this finale. He thought that it was somehow insincere and unconvincing. Well, if you agree with Tchaikovsky and you want insincere and unconvincing, listen to this. It's another one of those, there's something perverse about it. It's a lot of conductors understand that it's music that needs to be kept moving. It's not that it doesn't mean you have to play it at 1,000,000 miles an hour. I mean, Klemperer got away with a very moderate tempo, but with his usual woodwind balances and rhythmic trenchancy, it was really quite fabulous. But it has to have a sense of purpose. This thing is slow and trudgy and rhythmically mechanical, and it meanders, and you don't want meandering. Meandering Tchaikovsky is like the most awful thing you can do to the music. And this is one of the toughest movements to pull off. Yes, when he gets to the coda, it's march-like, and he speeds it up at the very end to try and generate a little excitement. But by then, it's way too little, way too late. I mean, it just cannot go. Jump, 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 da 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 dum, jump, 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 da 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 dum, dun 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 dun, da 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 dum, dum 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 dum, da 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 dum. Yep, 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 yep. Yep, 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 yep. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Had enough? I mean, was that intolerable? I certainly hope so, because so is this. This was just bad. I was shocked. I really was shocked. I mean, I expected at least when people do this symphony, they know that they need to keep it moving, to keep it lively. And this was something very strange happened interpretively. I don't know whether they all had an off day, they were all just tired, or this was actually the intention that Noseda was really trying to demonstrate that the music isn't as bad as Tchaikovsky thought it was, so he could take it really slowly and uninterestingly, and it'll still come out wonderfully. I mean, I have no idea what the thought process was, but it was not a happy one. So I would, unfortunately, because the Kitezh suite is really beautiful, I would give this a pass. It's a blot on the escutcheon of all concerned. Yes, a blot. We don't need blots. So keep on listening, friends, to other things. Take care.